Good morning. Welcome to Natasha Makes. It's Make It Monday. I'm Natasha, and this morning we are going to be playing with something that's brand new into the warehouse, which is absolutely stunning, and you have got to take a look at it. We've got some Cyber Monday deals on this velvet for you. I love velvets. You know how much I absolutely adore velvets. Well, today, it's like a bit of the hard work has been done for you. Let's take a look. I have got quilted velvets. They are pre-quilted for you. This is just an absolute game changer. I'm so impressed with these. So I've got them in black, graphite, viridian, hot pink and navy, I think, is what we've called those. So, I absolutely love them. They have got a little bit of wadding in there to give them that quilted effect, which is just absolutely stunning. Now, I've had so many ideas with this, and we had our Zoom call with our members on Saturday night, it was, and I was explaining that I was looking at I wanted to do like a folded type wallet and we came up with this. So I got partway through an idea and a make, and then someone said, "Oh wow, what if you just had a little bit of bias binding around there?" So that's what I did, and then really use the direction, the different direction of the velvets to give all a different feel and everything else. Now, because I changed how I was going to do it, I don't have this bias in all of the colours that I would want for this. So this is going to have to be a make I do another day, but I absolutely love it, and I love the fact that you can really work with the quilting on here, with the pattern in there. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is something that I do want to make. It won't be today, but just to give you an idea of what you can be doing with your velvets. Now, having said that, I did happen to have some of that gold bias. So if you fancy giving something like that a go, then this is it, and you'll find this on the website. It's almost like a lame, but it's a really, really, really thin, flanged piping. Yeah, take a look if you'd like some of that. Right, now, I've got these available in lots of different ways. So you can either buy them by the half metre individually, or if you want to have a go at all of these, then you can buy 4 and get the fifth for free. For free! That's my favourite price. That's our big cyber deal. Is getting a half metre for free. So you would get 2 metres that you'd pay for and get your half metre, your fifth half metre for free if you bundle these. I don't know. I have no idea how these will go. I have what I have, and that's it for now. I certainly don't know if I would get all these colours back in again. So this is what I have at the moment. I don't know if I will get, like I say, depends how they go. All I know is that I've got them in today, so give them a go. Now, if you would like these, they're 148 centimetres, by the way. You'll see that when I start having a little play with some in a minute. If you would like these with a contrasting fabric or a lining fabric, so makes that I would do with this, I would look at my velvet lined cases. We did them for any size velvet lined tablet case, but I just think then taking little snippets of this, I wouldn't use it all in one go. I fussy cut with my original design because I've been playing with various different designs, as I always do, and I fussy cut, and so when I opened up my wallet, she was there, and it was really, really beautiful. And then on this particular one, I just used a little snippet there so that when that opens up, you just get a little feel, a little snippet of it, and a bit of the blue. So, don't feel like just because you have a full panel, and this is on an incredible Cyber Monday deal, by the way, don't feel like you have to use it as a panel. Or you might just want to back it in the velvet and have the most luxurious throw. Oh, that would be a bit gorgeous. I'd get another ½ metre of black if you want to do that. But that would be a bit woo. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. And of course it looks like you've already done something quite spectacular because it's already pre-quilted. Now, oh, there we go. Let's have a look at our other options today for this. I don't know where my voice has gone, so please bear with me. I'm hoping it will be back. So, if you would like to get, this is the navy, and we've put it with a ½ metre of gorgeous Kaufman. And I just think this colour in here picks up so beautifully through there. We do not have a lot of this left, as you can see, but what we have got, you can get. And again, these are on incredible deals for Cyber Monday. So that is one option. Number 2 is the hot pink. I love the hot pink. I really love the hot pink. But look how beautifully that goes together. You see, this would be my choice for my velvet lined tablet case. I just think that's going to look stunning. So you'd have that on the outside, and then this, you get the edge of it, and then when you open it up, oof, 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 oof. If I had time and the voice, I would be making that as well. Gorgeous. And it is any size. So you measure your tablet or your device or whatever, your Kindle, anything like that, and away you go. Now, I might work with this one today. This is your graphite, and it just is so gorgeous. And I've put this with a ½ metre of Philip Jacobs Japonica. I just love it because you've got the grey and the black in the background there. So when it opens it up, it's going to work, but it's going to give you that absolute joyful pop of colour. We might work with that one today. The other one is the Viridian, which is this incredible, almost aqua-y colour. And I've got a few hot, this is all I have left of Leesa's floral. But just look at how beautifully they work together. So you could open, you could have that, you could have things lined, and it would just be incredible. But like I say, these are on incredible Black Friday, not Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. And when they are gone, you guessed it, simply because this isn't being printed anymore. I can't get any more of that fabric. I have to say, actually, if I was going to get that one, I might just throw in a sneaky ½ metre of that as well. You can back your quilts with this, by the way. It's absolutely beautiful. And if you're buying them individually and you're buying more than one, then we will cut them. We have not cut these. So you can see we haven't cut these fabrics either, because I know a lot of you will go crazy for a incredible deal. And yeah, and that's where I'll be left going, right. Let's have a look then at what we're going to do here. On the website, this calls for a magnetic clasp. Now, on the website, we've just added these little button magnets, which you can sew on after the fact. So they're great for bags, for things like that, because you can just sew them on. If you make a bag and then realise that, oh, actually, I could really use a button, then this is a magnet, then this is the one. If you are thinking about it well in advance enough, I haven't got any of the little keepers in that packet, never mind, then this is where you might end up. And gosh, these ones are strong. Now, they normally come with little metal keepers. I've picked up the wrong packet. Then they haven't got the metal keepers, but that's okay. I'm sure I can find some somewhere. Bear with me, caller. I normally have things like this knocking about the place. Normally. It's the beauty of the magnets, isn't it? They just hold everything. And, oh, Emily's strawberry thingamajiggy there. So, yeah, that's what you're going to need with these. And I like it because they always look like they've been recycled or upcycled or something. So we're going to bring out to play again my very first sort of evening-y velvet clutch bag. And this came about because we had in these. Now, I'm going to see if we've got any more. I think we've got some more hanging about. So we'll get those loaded for you. These have just been incredible because they adhere on, a lot of them. And those that don't, you just sew them on. But they add, as you can see, an incredible piece of bling to the front of your, because we're getting to that stage, aren't we? It is that Christmas season. So I haven't made this in quite some time, so you're going to have to bear with me whilst we have a look at all of these instructions. Now. I know that I need this to be kind of 11.5 inches wide, but what I would like to do is see if I can centre everything up. We'll see. I cut these. Let's see if I was generous enough. So I would really like this to be the centre. We're going to cut it, but if I'm going to have a little think, then we'll see. We'll see what we can centre. So 5.5, 5 3/4. It's finding those middle bits there. Seeing if is that going to work? I can't quite see it. Have I managed it? There. That's it. We'll see. We'll see if I've managed that. Right. Let's have a little look. And then I need this to be just straightened up there. Now, because I'm using a dark fabric, 2 dark fabrics, I'm going to use, whilst we still have it in stock, because my goodness, you guys have gone absolutely crazy for it. So, by the way, you would make, gosh, if you wanted to make these to sell or gift or anything like that, yeah. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 out of this ½ metre, which is just incredible. Now you might need more lining because the lining isn't as wide, but I think that's pretty special. It's nice because it's already got some inbuilt stability in there. You can see I've been having a little play with everything here. So that's really, really nice to be working with. So I'm going to use this as my interfacing today. If you want to use something sturdier, then do. That's entirely up to you. Again, these, I always think that your interfacing is such a personal thing as to how solid you want something to be, whether you want it to be a little bit softer, firmer, however you want it to be. It's quite a personal option for you. So because there's already a little bit of sort of bounce there, I'm not going with anything too heavy on my interfacing at all. This isn't a large make, and it's not a long make either, if I can just remember how to do it. That is the question. Let's do this, but we are absolutely making from scratch today. No question or doubt there at all. I will straighten this up in a minute, but look how beautiful these are going to be. You can always rely, can't you, on the K Facet Collective to bring us something really quite wowy. And that's what we have here. Something rather wowy. Let's just trim that back. This has always been one of our most popular makes, and I think it lies in its just gentle simplicity. This is not a difficult make, it's a beginner make for sure, and if you want to step out with something a little bit different, then this is the one. Or if you want it to gift it, then absolutely brilliant. And I love that we can revisit these things when we get new fabrics to play with that are going to work. Oh, and I cannot wait to see this work. So let's interface. And I'm going to interface my lining fabric. If I'm working with velvet, I tend to, that's just it. And then I've got a spare piece here for if I want to make another one. This has been such a lovely interfacing to work with. If you haven't tried it yet, it's a legacy. Oh, I'm just steaming up my glasses, excuse me. It's a legacy interfacing, and it's black, so it's absolutely perfect for these darker makes. H640 would be my normal one that I would use for this make. If I wanted something super, super rigid, then yeah, Styleville. But that would then be a very, very different feel to this make. So we're going to have a look. We're going to go right sides together. Just let that cool off for a second there. And go right sides together. Now, in my instructions, we are going to find the centre, which hopefully is around here somewhere. And we are going to measure down both sides. Okay. And then let's find that centre line. So 5 1/4, yeah, it is there. And then you're just going to draw from that centre line out. And from that centre line out. Now, at this point, you can trim this back or sew and then trim that back later. I'm going to sew and then trim it back later. I'm just going to find my clips and a pin. Or a couple of pins. Will do the job. If you want to use a walking foot, then you can. I haven't found it to be particularly shifty in any way, shape or form. but you've got, what you do have are various layers here because this is quilted. Now, let's talk about the durability here, shall we? Because that is something, this is again, you could upholster with this velvet, okay? So that's the sort of durability that we are looking at here. And I tried to do that with velvets because I think that sometimes we worry that they're going to damage, or no, not really, not the case with these. So we're going to sew. Well, actually, before we do that, before we sew, we are going to insert our magnetic clasp just whilst we remember. So we're going to measure down from here, from that centre point, 1.5 inches. Now if you haven't ever put one of these in, with that centre mark, you then want to just use this as your template. I tend to, because I use one of these for my stitch pickers and pickers, I tend to just go in there. And then we are going to put in this lighter one into there. And then these keepers just hold everything in place. I tend to splay it outwards so that you get a greater surface area, but you know, this is personal preference for everybody involved there. Right. Let's have a look now. Have a little look at how you then want this to go, really, and decide, because how you want this folded, if you want this way down there or up there or wherever. I'm going to put mine about there, so I will pop a little mark here. If I can just, I might just hold my pen there so I can see it. And you need to think about where that's going to be, okay. This here, that's my lining, and then that will be my outer. Do you see what I mean? When this all gets turned through. So if I want this to come down to there, then I need to mark on here where I want that to be. And again, we're just going to mark either side. Just go through again. Okay. So when this comes down, that will then, so we can fold that all back up again. And pin everything back in place. So that, I mean, in terms of inserting a magnetic clasp, that isn't difficult, is it really? That's sort of the easiest that's ever going to be. So just making sure that everything is lined up. Quickly repin. Like I say, you could trim this earlier. I'm going to trim it after I've sewn for the simple reason that I've got layers here with this quilted, with my quilted velvet. Okay, so I'm going to sew around. I'm going to leave a gap down here for my turning through gap. If you want to, you can leave it on the side. You can always leave it on the side. Actually, that's not a bad idea. And if you leave it on the side kind of here, then it will be on the back. So I'm going to leave a gap there this time. And let's sew around and see how we go. Bear with me, I need to change my camera angle, but it's spat me out of the thing because I've been chatting to you so much. On the other one, here we go. Oh, move my foot pedal back. My daughter has been helping, so things are not quite where I left everything, to say the least. Get that nice and straight. If you want to use a walking foot, then do, or you can just pin it more heavily than I have. So I'm going to use, oh actually no, I should have used that as the edge. And if you're worried in any way, what I would say, look, I've just come off ever so slightly there, is I just should have pinned that more heavily. But it is not the end of the world, because what I will do, you can see I've missed it ever so slightly off the top there. So all I will do is just change that angle ever so slightly and just come in across here on that, keeping that foot on that edge. So we're keeping the same gradient. And that's on me because I didn't pin it and use a walking foot enough. Yeah, we're just about there. Cool. So don't panic if that happens for you, is all I'm saying. All these things can be rectified. So we're going to trim that back now. And had I trimmed it first and pinned that along there, again, wouldn't have been a thing. Let's trim that all back. And if you want to take out anything from those corners, then do. I need a new blade in my rotary cutter. I went over a zip the other day. I'm just checking that I've got everything there. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Good. Yeah, I went over a zip and it has not forgiven me. It is not very happy with me at all. So we're going to turn everything through. Again, take your hand to the furthest point. Oh, it's looking a bit pretty, isn't it? Lovely. And ease out those corners. Now you can give that a good press. That is going to go under there. And we will pop some pins in. Because by top stitching, that will close that gap there. And then the thing that we're going to do is top stitch, if you wish, along there. And of course, no, I've done that on the wrong side. No, don't do that. No, oh my goodness me. Right, that'll be coming out then. No, I told you it was a long time since I'd made this make, didn't I? Well, that serves me right. You're right there. Doing that. How many of you were shouting at the screen, going, no, you've done it on the wrong side? Oh my goodness. These things can always be rectified. We can just pop that in now before we sew everything up. So yeah, do it on the lining side. If I'd have read my own instructions, then that would have really helped. And if you're scared of doing as I just have, then the answer is really simple. Get one of the button sew-on ones, and then you're always going to be right because you'll be putting it on straight after. An absolute rookie error. I tell you what, I'm taking the kids to the cinema in a minute, and I can hear them. I'm rushing this a little bit because I can hear them. Well, I've been so busy with advents and stuff like that recently, and you know, starting with highlight crafts and stuff, that we haven't had a lot of family time. So I've booked to go and see Wicked. I'm very excited, and so I shall just get this made, and then we shall trundle off to the cinema. I love Wicked. Yeah, so you can top stitch to hold that if you wish. Otherwise, down that goes there. And that gives you your placement, which then means that you can clip, pin, whatever you like then for these sides bits. And I like that you get to see, I'm going to clip, I think. I like that you get to see a bit of the lining. That makes me happy. And you can, when you come up, what will happen, pop that in first, clip in place, and then you'll stitch up both sides. We're just going to top stitch. And then you can get up and across there, should you wish. Now, on here, I might have to put something big. I will find something. You see, that will cover that very, very nicely. And so there I will have a beautiful little case. And it'll open, and that will be what I see. But I can just hear the kids getting ready to go. So I'm going to leave it there for you. But all you do is stitch up, across, and down. If you want to start from there and stitch up, then do, so that you're not then coming onto that, then you can stitch it that way. I've often done that way round before, but I would just, for simplicity, I really, really love this. If you want to put a little tab in there for a D-ring there and have it so that it can hold up, then that's great. And then this, you just apply some heat, and that covers the cuts that I made by mistake when I put my zip in the wrong way. So there you go. It is that simple. It really is that simple. And don't forget, we have got loads and loads of really beautiful, beautiful quilted velvets. So don't miss out on those. Like I say, when they're gone on these. But there they are. And if you get the bundle of all 5, so you've got them all to play with. You know, the other things that I thought would look absolutely spectacular with them. And we've got some of the frames back in stock. Imagine these. And that was kind of what I was thinking with the bundles as well. You could line it with these amazing fabrics. So this is the 30 centimetre tubular frame bag, and these would work so beautifully. It's from the same company, Velvet Wise, so you know that is going to work an absolute treat. So have a think. Maybe you want that book quilted. So lots of things to play with the velvet. But I'm going to go. Go to the cinema and snatch a little bit of family time. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you live tomorrow with Jane, where we're going to be having a look at these little panels here. And Jane's got quite a few ideas as to how you can use them. So take care. Thank you so much. I'm losing my voice. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.